loves, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is part 2 of what business to start in 2024 series. Now we've done the part A, which was the cheapest and the easiest businesses to start in 2024 from the comfort of your homes. And now we're going to part B, which is the most expensive and some capital intensive businesses to start off in 2024, both in Nigeria and in any other part of the world. Some of this you require a license or not. So do well to do your research. We're just talking about how lucrative these businesses can be and all the money you can make from it. Again, this book of wisdom surfaces because these reasons some people have become millionaires today. The very first on my list is the haulage and the logistics industry. The haulage and logistics company cuts across a lot of things: air, sea, and land. We're going to focus more on the land and the ocean aspect today in this particular segment of this video. Now, trucking services are some of the services you can profile. The import and the export industry in Nigeria is booming. Every day, importation and exportation happens in Nigeria. Some of these end users need their cargoes brought to their offices or their warehouses. They also need some of the cargoes exported from their warehouses to the terminal for onward shipping to their destination. Now, some of the things you can do is have like a trucking service. Provide a trucking service wherein your trucks are able to laden your trucks are able to carry these cargoes in the containers or whatever they're laden in and taken to and from the warehouse to the terminals or from the terminals to warehouses. This is also a very lucrative business. Also, in the haulage and logistics part, you can also do barging services. As you know, because of the congestion of the ports, the Nigerian government devised the means of decongesting the roads, right? What the government now devised is allow for barging services. These containers, you can have 20, 15, 25 are loaded on a barge. That's like a boat that carries containers, right? It's not like a vessel. A boat that carries containers on the water from a bonded terminal or a warehouse or wherever it is to the terminal, especially when the vessel has called, a particular container is scheduled or booked for that particular vessel. So these are some of the services that people offer for money, and it's actually a very lucrative business, but it is capital intensive. You should have an insurance, you should be licensed to do that. There are a lot of nitty-gritties when it comes to all this. Do your research. I'm only offering an advice. The second one is sand and chippings. Especially here in Nigeria, every day people are building. Every day one hotel is being erected. Every day the real estate industry is booming. So sands and chippings are what we use also to build our houses here in Nigeria, not wood. So you also want to look at that business, right? It's actually very lucrative. I do not have all the details, but I hear it's something you might want to try. The next one is import and export services. There are a lot of freight forwarding agencies and all whatnot. It's a lucrative business. You want to look into it. The next is real estate. If you don't get house, I never know what they talk about. So real estate is also a very lucrative business here in Nigeria and in every part of the world, I tell you, because shelter is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And like you already know, Nigerians like to build, own properties wherever it is. So even here in Nigeria, real estate is something you can look into, especially you know that estates partner on building homes where maybe a particular company builds an estate and sells off. It's actually very lucrative. So real estate is something you should look into. Transportation, especially here in Nigeria, right? Let me catch my breath. As you are aware, in December, flights sold for as high as 240,000 naira one way. That's how expensive it was. So we might still go back to those days of luxurious buses, but now in a more modernized platform where you have coaster buses and 14-seater, 13-seater, 18-seater buses that are very well air-conditioned and suitable for travels. Transportation is also still a key business because a lot of people cannot afford flight tickets. Also, due to health reasons, some people can't fly. Also, there are some locations that do not have airports. So, I mean, for these reasons, the transport industry is still very, very lucrative. Agriculture, without words, agriculture is still one of the best lucrative businesses if done properly. Also, ensure that you have an insurance. You know, we Nigerians, we don't like to hear insurance. We don't like to pay money when we're not seeing that it is working. Exactly. Insurance, like I tell people, is like a reservoir. It is until you have a problem, it's not activated, right? So, you know, agriculture is one of the best businesses if well managed in Nigeria. Palm oil, poultry, egg production, fish, chicken, turkey, every day people must eat. So look into that. Fintech companies, you have Floataway, Piggy Vest, Money Points. It's a no-brainer anymore. I mean, is there any lady in Nigeria that doesn't own a Piggy Vest account? Well, I don't, for personal reasons, obviously. But I mean, these are platforms that have been trusted and tested by thousands and thousands of Nigerians over time. So I mean, these are fintech industries that make so much money. Luxury furniture importation. How much is money? Look into this, because every day people are building homes, moving, and they need luxury furniture. A lot of millionaires and billionaires are emanating, so they also have to furnish their homes to taste. Electronic importation. It's a no-brainer. We all need electronics, don't we? Luxury car importation. What I mean by luxury cars, I don't mean accidented cars. I don't mean used cars. I mean pure luxury. Pure luxury. Even with imported used cars, that's the good business. But I'm talking about pure luxury for the 1% of the 1%. Last but not the least is aviation, like luxury jets, leasing services. Every day we see people jetting from one location to another. That service is lucrative. You might want to look into it. All these services, all these investments I've spoken about are all cost effective. There are ones you can't do without an insurance. There are ones you can't do without a huge capital. So before you think of going into this kind of investment, weigh your options and know that you might not necessarily be the only one. These are some of the businesses that you need a lot of investors to come together, pool funds, and execute. So do your research properly, but do know that these are some of the ideas that are built to make you millions and millions of naira every day of your life if done properly. Please, whatever you do, whatever business you want to go into, ensure you have the appropriate structure for it. And do not cut corners. Ensure you get all the licenses you need for industry that need licenses, the insurance, and every other thing that you need to make it work. I pray God to bless the works of our hands. Until I come your way next time. Bye. Okay, in my next video, I'll be talking about 3 investments every girl or every guy should make in their 20s. Bye.